Hey guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Life Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face to black. It's your girl Cadillac. Girl, it is now 1:30 in the morning, and I guess what is it officially February 1st? Yep. Girl, January gone. Yep. The day is gone. Girl, I just got sidetracked. Anyways, that was the manager. They asked me to take another day off. Girl, okay, so you probably look at me sideways, right? Girl, why you taking all that time off from work? You struggling. Okay, y'all already know I work to live and I live to work. I hustle hard until it hurts. I work my fingers down to the bone. And once I pay my bills, it ain't nothing to come home with, right? So I said all that to say that work shift life is not going to get me out of where I'm at. Right. So working harder in a job that barely pays your bills is not going to get you to the next level. For me, I am an entrepreneur at heart. I've always, y'all know I'm the artist. I'm the legally blind artist. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm a graphic designer. And none of that has nothing to do with making them sandwiches and bringing them sandwiches to the table, girl. So the more time that I can have away from my 9 to 5, the more time I can have to work on my things I'm trying to build, like such as Project Reach the World and such as the business I'm trying to build and stuff like that. As long as your time, the biggest commodity in your life, in my life, okay, I ain't gonna talk for you, girl. In my life, is time. It ain't even about money like that. I'm not a materialistic person. I would rather you waste my money than waste my time. Because time is precious. Time is what makes money, right? So if you can gain your time back, you could, it's a lot of people that could be a lot of things if they just had the time to do it. It's a lot of people that would have those degrees if they had the time to do it, if they had the time to go to school, if they had the the time gives you freedom, right? So right now, I'm gonna take the time, all the time that I can get. So I'm gonna put a little vacay day in there, and I know I'm gonna have to cut back on taking them days. But right now, I'm trying to get somewhere, and I'm not gonna get there study clocking in, hitting that clock, right? Especially not in today's climate where these jobs are barely paying enough to even stay afloat, right? That's like being out in the ocean and someone throwing you one of them little donut buoy things. Girl, is that gonna save me? Like, you can't even give me a life raft. Like, you can't give me a jet ski. You can't give me a little boat, a fishing boat. You want to give me a little tiny donut, buoy thing. That's what these jobs are now. That's crazy. Barely stay afloat. That means it's going to be something that you're going to have to do to think outside of the 9 to 5, because the 9 to 5 is only there to give you the bare minimum. It's almost, this was not even the video I was about to do, but I had to justify why I'm taking all these days off of work, girl. But it's just like, okay, in prison, I'm the OG prison wife. I'm fighting for prison reform and criminal justice reform, right? So in prison, yes, they have to provide necessities because the prisoners are actually wards of the state. It's basically like they're the state's children and they have to take care of them. They're the guardian of them. You know what I mean? So they have to provide for them. You have to provide shelter. Doesn't mean it has to be the best shelter. They're going to give you the minimum shelter, which is, like y'all know, Florida prisons ain't got no AC. It is hot. Hot. In Florida, sweltering heat. Y'all know because we did that Beat the Heat challenge. Because we were challenging lawmakers to see if they can survive in that heat that they are deeming people to live in. Saying that, oh, that's just a luxury. Well, can you do 5 minutes without that luxury? But they're going to provide you shelter, but they're going to provide you a shelter with sweltering heat, a shelter without proper distancing, a shelter without proper water supply, because the water come out brown, girl, like some facilities. So they providing you shelter, but it's not the best. The food, they provide you food, right? But they're not providing you with the nutrients you need for your body to survive and to heal itself and to live. They're not giving you the food to, like, it's a lot of ex offenders coming back like with their kidneys messed up. I mean, it's a lot of packaged processed food that they are selling to you top dollar, because the stuff that they're preparing for you to eat, just like Marcello tells me, not even a kindergartner could survive off of that. He was saying like Juju probably could eat 2 of them plates that they give full grown men to eat. So they're providing you enough to keep your heart beating and to keep you alive, right? And I could go on and on and on. So they're giving you the bare minimum. That's what today's jobs are doing. The amount of pay that you make from a job is giving you the bare minimum just to keep you alive. But you can't thrive off of it. You can't even hardly live off of it. It's not a livable wage. And every time we demand a livable wage, they give you the livable wage, girl. But then everything goes up times that amount. So it basically is worse. You might as well kept the unlivable wage. Because every time they give us a livable wage, they make the living way too much. So I don't know. So to get out of that is not going to be for me to be doing more hours. You know how some people will be like, girl, I got to do overtime. I got to do this. I got to do. No, I got to get off your work shift. I got to get off your work shift. I can't be living to work and working to live. But you know why? Because I'm 42, almost, God willing. I've been working since I was 17, and I ain't got nothing to show for it, girl. Nothing, but I'm tired. My back broke down, and I'm tired. So if you're going to give me a day off, which is giving me some time back, some of my time back, what could I do with that time? Because I don't feel like my life is worth $15 an hour. I don't even make $15. I think I make 14. I don't think an hour of my life is worth $15. Let's just put it at that. I believe it's priceless. With all the gifts and talents that I possess, I believe it's priceless. But as long as you're reducing it and giving me, it's like you're giving me the lowest ball. Have you ever went to a flea market, girl? You know how some be worth a certain amount, but there be certain people that they gonna talk you off of any amount. I used to try to go to the flea market because I'm a hustler at heart. I'm an entrepreneur for real. That's in my nature. I don't even think that I was born to be somebody's employee, though I am a good employee. But that's why I'm never happy in my job, because I am an entrepreneur. I'm an artist. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm a graphic designer. All of those things are entrepreneurial things. I don't really do well in just, I don't thrive there. And it doesn't make me happy unless I'm creating, right? So I used to try to sell my hand painted shirts at the flea market. So it was a lady from church. I love her. What can we call her? We're going to call her Force, Miss Force. Miss Force used to do the flea markets. Now, let me tell you, I would set up my little table, and girl, I would set up my t-shirts, and I had some old clothes. Like, I was a shopaholic back in the day, buying stuff for money, buying stuff for myself. Y'all know money a shopper, but never get to use it. Like, I was always too busy. Like, I buy things all the time. Y'all see me. And by me always being at work, I never even get to crack open what I bought. Just like I'm finna show you something I just bought, and it's been 2 to 3 weeks and ain't cracked it open. Y'all see this? Bought this a couple weeks ago. Had every intention on using it and haven't yet. Used it yet. I have the talent, I have the capability, but the only reason this is still still in the package is because I lack the time to use it. So I have the tools and the resources, but without the time, it means nothing, right? So, anyways, back to the story because I always get sidetracked. So I would go out to the flea market, and they always would want to go lower. I already set my prices low or whatever, but they come by and they'll be like, "Okay, no, I give you $2 for that," and I'm like, $2? No. But Miss Force, when you was offering, they would have their bags. If you ever been to this little flea market on Colonial, you know what they come with, their change bags, their little Crown Royal bags that be having the change in it and stuff, that they'll set down on the register and be like, I'm finna really count out all these coins in front of you, girl. They would have those and they'll be like, I give you 50 cents. I give you $2. I'm like, $2. But Miss Force will be like, get on out of here. You don't give me what I need, what it's worth. This ain't worth no 50 cent. This ain't worth 50 cent. This ain't worth no $2. You can't go nowhere and get this for $2. You better get on out of here. Like, she had that heart, and she would come home from that flea market. I would come home really not making nothing. I ain't made nothing. If I did, it would only be a couple of dollars, right? But Miss Force would come home with pockets full, and it was because she didn't take that lowball offer for her goods. She knew what her goods were worth. So for me, I know what my goods are worth. I know what my talents are worth. I know what my abilities are worth. So for you to give me that lowball offer of $14 or $15 an hour for all of the talents I embody, no. I'd rather have the time off, and I'd rather keep building whatever I'm building. And one day, I guess it's going to take effect. But that wasn't even the story I was trying to tell you, girl. But I guess there's always a lesson. I guess sometimes it's better to let these videos flow. But yeah, I don't think work is going to get us out of this. The way that this whole economy is crashing and burning, how who can work as much to get out of this? If do you already work like two jobs? Like, okay, I already went from working a reduced schedule to working full time, right? So I know there's people out there that already pre all this crashing and burning of everything around us was already working two jobs to make it. And that wasn't enough, right? So now what are you going to do? Are you going to get a third job? Okay, and then if you were one of those working three jobs, or you were in a household where let's say you and your husband both had a job and a part-time job, and now things are skyrocketing. What are you going to do now? Just adding jobs to your time is not going to do anything. So it's got to be something dramatic that has to break this cycle. And I don't think it's going to be in a job. Anyways, I was going to tell the story of, since I had been on the topic of discrimination, when I had told the story about being discriminated because of my hair texture, which, girl, I don't know what this is, but when y'all follow me on my lock journey, once I finally got this going the way I wanted to, once I finally got it going the way that I wanted to, we gonna look back on this and be like, girl, but they look good now. But I was discriminated against because of my locks back in the day. And I was gonna tell, I just told the story of being discriminated against due to hair color. And hair color, like meaning that a Caucasian or a Hispanic woman can have the same exact hair color as a black woman, myself, and I was made to take my color out. And they were allowed to keep the same exact color. Like, I didn't understand that. And the same with our nails. A lot of time, nail polish on African American women, because it stands out against our skin color. It could be the same color, but we'll be made to take that nail polish off. And I don't know, I feel like that's discrimination. And another way that I have been discriminated against is disabilities. Having disabilities in the workplace and being discriminated against because of. But because I got off on this tangent, I'm gonna have to tell that story in a different video. Anyway, since I am off, I'm about to go ahead and set up and start my next project, Reach the World. Y'all just seen me finish Miss Rajiva the Ruler. Girl, I think I took 5 to 6 parts to even finish her video. But yeah, so now I'm gonna do Miss Pretty Boss. Yes. Pretty Boss TV. I've been watching her videos heavily lately, and they are really like they're feeding my spirit. So I am going to do her for the next project, Reach the World. I finished my last one up at the park today. I went to a different park in a different setting because yesterday when I went to this other park and I got under this pavilion, these weird bugs, I ain't even know what they was. They didn't look like spiders. They didn't look, I don't know what those things was, but they were all like, it was one on my shirt, then one had got in my bag, and I was like, girl, goodbye, because I'm not into bugs and I'm not into animals and nature like that, girl. I just like the fresh air. Just give me the fresh air and wind in my face, but don't give me the rest, girl. I don't want all of that. So I said, well, let me do a different setup. So today I had went and set my car up. Like, I didn't even go to the grassy area. I just basically got a park and I set my chair and my table up in front of it. So yesterday and today, each time that I went to the park to draw, I noticed I drew a crowd. Yesterday, it was a whole group of guys. Like, I can even show you in the video because they were way off in the distance. But before they left, they all came and crowded around, and they was like, "Oh my gosh, like your art is so beautiful. Can we see what you're doing?" And then after that, they were like just giving me so many compliments and stuff like that. And then today, I literally was telling that, talking about being ashamed, the shame, not really ashamed, but the shame that comes with being the 21-year OG prison wife, girl, that part. But the shame that comes along with that. And as I'm talking and drawing, and I was sitting outside the door of my car, the kids were looking through my car window like this. And they mama was like, girl, get out that girl car. And then they said, mama, look, she drawing. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, no, it's okay. So in the video, you can hear me say that. But me doing my art out in public, I see is bringing attention. And I'm like, maybe I need to find some more public places to just set up and do some artwork. So maybe we'll hit up another park. Like, I need to really get on this art grind, like for real. And that is going to take being away from that 9 to 5 workshop. If I stay on that round buoy thing, how could I ever climb up onto my raft or onto my fishing boat or onto my ship if I can't let go of this little circular donut buoy? All right, guys. It's your girl Cadillac.